Alright. This is the one that Casabon was looking forward to. Or at least mentioned yesterday. This is The Deer, written by Jorik, and the last one we have from Jorik was The Flying Chupacabra. At least that's what I call it. And yeah, I think without further ado, without any hesitation. By the way, I'm gonna say we're doing some excellent progress. We're at the halfway point, and we only read for an hour and 40 minutes. I think it's the fact that I'm just reading the whole entire thing and then talking to you guys afterwards is saving us on time. I'm not gonna make that the standard though. That's I feel like the fun thing about reading SCPs with you guys is that we are talking with each other. But just today we're gonna do it like that. But now, without further ado, the deer, the goat. What? Okay, it looks like there's quite a couple of things here already. Here we go. Warning: proceed at your discretion. This article contains focus mode. This article contains castration, cannibalism, harm to an infant, and mass casualties to a natural disaster. What the fuck? Casabon, what the hell is this? Readers should proceed according to their own best practices. Object class: anomalous entity. Thank you. Containment class: extreme. Hazard rating: black. Racist? Just kidding. Standard containment policies as per section 4, subsection 1 of the January Accords. Containment of SB-2845 is a joint effort between the Foundation, the United States National Guard, the United States State Department, the United States Department of Homeland Security, and the United Nations Special Task Force Blue Alpha. Authorization of outsourced containment consultants for the purpose of SB-2845's containment upkeep is granted in perpetuity by the O5 Council according to Operations Policy 336.87.b. Information regarding SCP-2845 and its containment is considered Tier 3 high security as according to the amended Public Information Policy and overseen by Special Information Team 45. Misinformation regarding SCP-2845 and its containment is widespread and at high risk of weaponization by external governments and groups of interest. SCP-2845 is under Chatterbox Protocol according to PIP 47.1.1. That was your standard contained policies. That's different, and we never had that before. Now we have the special contained procedures. Site 100 has been constructed specifically for the containment of SB-2845 to the following specification. See documents -C-con for complete write-up. A central chamber containing SB-2845 and 216 instances of -1 internal atmosphere consists of 96.3% hydrogen, 3.25% helium, and 0.45% ammonia, maintained at -110 degrees Celsius and a pressure of 2.3 bar. 9 concentric circular structure designated ring A through ring I. 6 circular chambers are located on each ring at 0, 60, 120, 180, 240, and 300 degrees, with 0 degrees aligned to geographic north. The floor of each chamber is inlaid with an unobstructed lead hexagram. Additional facilities and the security perimeters have no ritual-specific construction requirements. Ethics Committee Special Notice. Containment of SB-2845 has been granted a special personnel requirement exception for the usage of one D-class and one H-class subject per containment cycle. The following procedures are to be carried out in succession during each conjunction of the Earth and Saturn, recurring every 378 days according to the synodic period and performed, if she knows, no more than 6 hours before or after the two conjunction. Each procedure must be carried out by 6 individuals. The location of each procedure is denoted in parentheses at the beginning of each period. Containment procedures will be carried out in the next ring closest to the containment chamber, returning to ring I upon cycle completion. Transcripts of ceremonial Recitations for all procedures and descriptions of all variant costumes may be found in document -C-exp. Procedure 410 Cassini. Well, that's a lot of fucking procedures here. 60%. Oh yeah, okay. So that's a 60% room. 60 degrees, not 60%. 60 degrees. Containment specialists are presented with masks, joy, sadness, anger, apathy, fear, and foolishness, and act out ceremony Cassini A. Ceremony Cassini A is a farcical comedy of errors and exchange of insults between the 6 individuals. Culmination in foolishness, outwitting the group in a game of riddles and declaring himself king. The conclusion of ceremony Cassini A is followed by a game of dice. The winner of the game is irrelevant to the procedure. Then we have procedure 420 Perinaldo, 120 degrees. Performance of host opus 32, movement 5 for flute, oboe, clarinet, French horn, timpani, and bass drum. The piece is accompanied by specific somatic and vocal components carried out by the player through the performance designated ceremony Reynaldo A. The performance must be live. Recordings of the pieces have no effect. Procedure 430 Epimetheus, 180 degrees. Gifts are exchanged among containment specialists. Content of gifts is irrelevant to the procedure, but each gift must not exceed $4.28 in worth. Each gift is accompanied by recitation of ceremony Epithemius A in its entirety and scattering of grain around the containment chamber. Procedure 440 Cassiel, 240 degrees. Ceremony Cassiel A is recited as containment specialists bind their feet with wool and consume 60 milliliters of olive oil. They then will break apart a rock weighing at least 20 kilograms with hammers. Ceremony Cassiel B is recited throughout. Procedure 450 Cairo, 300 degrees. A D-class subject is prepared by painting a symbol ring surrounding a dot with an arrow pointing to upwards at a 90-degree point on the stomach with a platinum-based solution, and presented with a blue cloak, crown, and scepter. D-class subject is then restrained in a chair, and ceremony Cairo A is recited. After recitation of the ceremony Cairo A, the D-class subject is castrated by use of a hand sickle by a containment specialist. The tests are then to be disposed of in a bowl of salt water as ceremony Cairo B is recited. Procedure 460 Omphalos, 0 degrees. Ceremony Omphalos A is to be recited before termination and roasting of an H-class subject no more than 3 months of age. Ceremony Omphalos B is to be recited before consumption. After consumption of the child, ceremony Omphalos C is to be recited over a bowl of small gastroliths, which are then swallowed. Vomiting is then induced, and ceremony Omphalos D is recited. Ending containment procedures. In the case of containment breach site, hundreds nuclear devices to be detonated, followed by lockdown of all foundation facilities and activation of protocol XK1 track down to the moon. Statement from Containment Consultant to Ethics Committee 1st 31st 2012. Okay, let's open that up. Towering Kalaf, my home. Ladies and gentlemen of the Ethics Committee, good morning. My name is Sage of the Secret Root, and I have been elected to speak with you today on the containment requirement of SCP-2845. The briefing you have been provided is correct. The containment procedure requires the ritual castration of a man and the cannibalization of an infant. Unfortunately, I'm afraid that there's nothing that can be done about it. I imagine he burps when he writes. There's nothing that can be done about it. Rituals such as this work through the repetition of arbitrary criteria rather than adherence to underlying laws as one would find through science. They believe that meeting these criteria archives a certain and assigns power to the ritual. We make a meaning of our own devising, however, we are not totally free to do so. The ritual needs some resonance with the subject to work and appropriateness. Hence the requirements, some gods are only appeased with blood. I know that your organization doesn't approve of the term, but it's still the case. The stag is a god and is not a mild god of earth. All the same, we have for the time being fooled it into thinking that we have overpowered it and that's how we will seal it away. But this means that once a ritual of the sort has been set in place, there cannot be any removal or substitution. Making revisions would require breaking containment and starting over again from the beginning. Our initial designs of the ritual required upkeep every 3 days, and we could have easily trapped ourselves in that, were we not able to catch a major flaw in the binding elements before execution and reduce frequency to once a year. We weren't able to reduce it further. The I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. Even with the ritual in place... There we go. If the stag thought to escape, it would, and we would be powerless to stop it. The entire facility would vanish in a puff of hydrogen. Let us be thankful that it does nothing at all. This is an old god. It does not dabble in decisions. Decisions are for creatures who may act inconsistently. A god of this strength simply is. It is an absolute. It is an absolute. It's a Sith. Only a Sith is an absolute. It may choose this or that no more than gravity might. In building this ritual, we have shifted its being the slightest bit, and now it is locked into a pattern of behavior. It struggles against us, we struggle against it, and we are locked together in an internal dance so long as the ritual remains intact. If one thing goes awry, the deadlock is broken and all is lost. We will have an unstoppable force without an immovable object. Yes, quite. The rituals here have been divined as the best course of action. There are powerful symbols there, and whether or not you or I think they are appropriate to the situation is irrelevant. I do not know why I came here, nor to what end. But I have listened to the pillars it makes of us. They are singing mysteries close to us. They are not suffering, but they have been changed utterly. The same fate awaits us all, and if this fails, thank you for your time. Description: SCP-2845 is an extraterrestrial quadruped entity measuring 2.9 meters in height and at the shoulder. The neck, generally held in an upright position, extends a further 0.5 meters, terminating in a head with a humanoid facial feature. SCP-2845 possesses antlers measuring 4.8 meters across. Antlers are white with black marbling in coloration and have not been observed to shed. Yeah. SCP-2845 is covered in hair with an average length of 10 centimeters, except for the face, which is hairless. SCP-2845 coloration is primarily a pastel green, with a strap of cream on the side of the neck and belly. A ring of ice. There's a lot of anode. Okay. A ring of ice particles is suspended 15 centimeters behind. It sounds like a Pokemon. Behind SCP-2845's skull, measuring 1.7 meters in diameter, with a ring thickness of 35 centimeters. This ring is interrupted at regular intervals by 7 spheres of metallic hydrogen and metallic helium, each measuring 15 centimeters in diameter. The ring spheres rotate clockwise at a speed of 1.6 rounds per minute. The force maintain the movement of the ring, the physical state of the spheres, and the means by which SCP-2845 is capable of supporting its head under the weight of its antlers are unknown. SCP-2845 is capable of instantaneous transmutation and reconstruction of matter. No matter is created or destroyed during this process. Transmuted matter will remain stable regardless of external conditions. Phase changes will remain in the transmuted state regardless of outside temperature and pressure. Altered atmosphere will maintain chemical consistency and not mix with unaltered atmosphere outside the area of effect. Common transmutation results include structures of metallic hydrogen and helium. Structures do not appear to have any function or aesthetic direction, though they most commonly take organic or plant-like forms. Pools of liquid hydrogen and helium. Conversion of atmosphere into a hydrogen/helium/ammonia mix. SCP-2845 will typically surround itself with a transmuted area with a radius of approximately 5 meters. -1 instances. SCP-2845 will use direct transmutation against attackers or obstacles. Typically, these transmutations are a column measuring 5 to 7 meters in diameter and 60 to 80 meters in height, or a horizontal cone measuring between 100 and 150 meters in length and 10 to 30 meters in width at the furthest end. However, SCP-2845 has been observed to attack single targets at a distance of up to 10 kilometers. Early observation of SCP-2845 during recovery indicated that it will generally ignore non-combatants, focusing on retaliation against attackers. However, SCP-2845 was not seen to make any attempts to spare non-combatants. Within the area of effect of its transmutation, and later recovery accounts indicate preemptive attacks against both military and civilian targets. -1 designates organisms that have been modified by SCP-2845. Instances of -1 are hexagonal columns uniformly measuring 2.4 meters in height, with rubbery yellow-green skin. -1 instances do not have any outward sense organs. An autopsy has shown that internal organs are likewise absent, save the brain, which now takes up the entirety of the column and contains the reconstituted mass of the other organs and some additional outside materials. It's unknown how -1 instances derive nutrients or if any nutrition is required. Neuroimaging of -1 specimens have revealed that the brain is in constant state of high activity. Analysis of multiple specimens indicate pattern of call in response to some form of remote communication between -1 is presumed. Motile variants of -1 have been reported but have evaded capture and study. Addendum 1. An abridged timeline of SCP-2845 from initial discovery to containment as it follows. November 27th, 2011, initial sightings of Comet C/2011 W3. December 1st, 2011, Comet C/2011 W3 confirmed by Mount John University Observatory. December 2nd, 2011, Comet C/2011 W3 confirmed and named by the Minor Planet Center. December 16th, 2011, Comet C/2011 W3 reaches perihelion. Solar Dynamics Observatory records images of a fragment breaking off from the main body of the comet, maintaining a speed of 0.0018 Z. December 17th, 2011, fragment trajectory confirmed to end in a collision with Earth with an estimated impact of December 21st. Toth Station deterrence procedure fails to change fragment's course. Sorry. So Toth, my myth nerd brain was like, let me take over! I was like, no. Public announcement made by the United Nations, evacuation of the protected affected area begin. December 21st, 2011, fragments impacts in the Pacific Ocean, 125 kilometers off the Western American coast. Despite evacuation attempts, estimated day 1 casualties caused by the resultant tsunami were between 160,000 to 190,000. State of emergency declared by the United States. December 24th, 2011, SCP-2845 believed to reach shore. December 25th, 2011, first observation of SCP-2845 through civilian video footage, first contact specialists deployed. Foundation assets within the United States military begin direction of recovery and containment procedure with the assistance of United Nations Special Task Force Blue Alpha, Mobile Task Force Mu-9 Alpha 3, and Esoteric Warfare Unit Squads 3, 5, 9, and 12 deployed. Casualties high. Foundation containment sites in the region enter lockdown. December 26th till 29th, 2011. Artillery bombardment of SCP-2845 commences and continues throughout 4-day period. Contact with outside containment consultants is made. It is confirmed that SCP-2845 is moving directly towards Site 115. Oh, it's gotcha. Interesting as well, like the flying chupacabra. That's the connection there. Interesting. December 30th, 2011, Deluxe Bunch. SCP-2845 is unimpeded for 16 hours. December 31st, 2011, Overseer Council declares by anonymous vote or a VK class lifted veil event. Initiation of public-facing woodwork protocols. Bombardment of SCP-2845 recommences, not recommends, recommences. January 1st till 14th, 2012, SCP-2845 carves a passage through the Sierra Nevada mountains under the heavy bombardment. Initial containment procedures were designed. January 14th, 2012, Operation Kronos begins. Oh, hey, Kronos. That's a Celtic deity this time. January 15th, 2012. SCP-2845 reaches predetermined containment area. Initial containment procedures were enacted. January 18th, 2012, initial containment procedures end in success. January 20th, 2012, construction of Site 100 begins. February 3rd, 2012, finalized containment procedures implemented. February 19th, 2012, SCP-2845 declared contained. Okay. I'm actually going to look in the discussion page a little bit. The deer lives, all hail the deer. And you say, Cutterbone, this is going to be something that's going to come back quite often in the future, huh? Okay. Imagine trying to defy. Yeah, you better not. You better not. It does not sound like a good idea. You can tell it's important because it has its own tag. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, okay. I'm gonna have fun making a thumbnail for this one, but I'm also we'll have to like reread it one more time afterwards. Ooh, before I make the thumbnail, I mean. But hey, we're doing good progress. 2 hours reading, and we're past the halfway point. We read the deer one. Casabon can now sleep soundly if he wanted to. If he wanted to, he doesn't have to. But we shall continue.